Have you ever imagined what would happen if Doraemon suddenly decided to stop helping Nobita? Well, one day, that's exactly what happened. But what Nobita discovered that day completely changed his life. Stay till the end, because this might be the most powerful Nobita story you've ever heard. Nobita's morning started like every other disaster-filled day. He woke up late, missed breakfast, got scolded by his mom, and even tripped over the carpet on the way out. And of course, like always, he ran straight to Doraemon crying for help. But this time, something strange happened. Doraemon didn't move. He just sat there with a serious face and said, "No gadgets today." Nobita froze. No gadgets? No shortcuts? This had never happened before. He begged, pleaded, and even rolled on the floor dramatically. But Doraemon didn't change his mind. And here's the twist. This was the first time Nobita would have to face the entire day completely on his own. At school, things went from bad to worse. He got scolded for being late, failed another test, and as usual, John bullied him while Suneo laughed. Shizuka didn't even notice him because he was crying so much. Normally, this is where Doraemon would swoop in with some clever invention and save the day. But not today. Feeling completely hopeless, Nobita hid behind the school building. And here's where everything changes. While wiping his tears, Nobita noticed something glinting in the grass. It was an old, rusty gadget, a mini time travel watch Doraemon had thrown away months ago. Most kids would just walk away. But Nobita picked it up. And what happens next will surprise you. He pressed the button, and suddenly everything went white. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer in his schoolyard. He was in the future. But not just any future. This was years later. The world looked different. Doraemon was nowhere to be seen. And then Nobita saw something that made him gasp. There, standing in front of him, was himself, but grown up. Adult Nobita looked confident, calm, and even happy. Little Nobita ran to him and told him everything, crying harder than ever. And then adult Nobita said something that completely shook him. "If I had always depended on Doraemon, I would never have grown up. You might feel weak now, but tomorrow you need to stand up and try one more time. The future you dream about won't come from Doraemon's gadgets. It will come from your own courage." Hook. Can you imagine hearing this from your future self? What would you do next? Before Nobita could say anything, the watch beeped and dragged him back to the present. This time Nobita didn't cry. He wiped his tears, stood tall, and made a decision. He would face the day on his own. And what happened next shocked everyone. He studied during lunch break, even though it was hard. He stood up to Jian, shaking, but refusing to run. For the first time ever, he didn't fail completely. And for the first time, Shizuka smiled at him and said she was proud of him for trying. This was the first time Nobita felt strong, without any gadgets. When he got home, Doraemon was waiting. He was shocked to see Nobita smiling. Doraemon asked if he still wanted a gadget, but Nobita said no. Today, he didn't need one. Doraemon smiled proudly, gave him a dorayaki, and for the first time, Nobita laughed from the heart. Then he said, "Tomorrow, maybe just one gadget, but only for fun." And that day, Nobita learned something he would never forget. Sometimes the greatest gadget is your own courage.